Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most in college basketball and other sports, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Tuesday in college hoops. First up, we'll talk about a couple of SEC games. This one is Ole Miss and Alabama. It's 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPNU. For me, it's really tough to go against Alabama right now. They're on a roll right now, 8-game win streak. Ole Miss is also having a great season. These are two 14-2 teams on paper. The difference, and the big difference for me, strength of schedule. Alabama has played the number 2 toughest schedule in the entire country, 11th toughest in non-conference play, while Ole Miss is ranked 110th and 224th in overall and non-conference strength of schedule. Alabama's got some big wins on the resume already this season, and even in their last 2 games, two true road wins over South Carolina and A&M, Texas A&M, and both of those were not just wins, they were covers as well. So for me, I think Alabama, just, their offense, we know, is potent. They're number 2 in the country in adjusted offensive efficiency, a great shooting team, particularly from 2-point range. We know Chris Beard has good defenses, but they do give up. They're ranked 118th in 2-point defense. I think Alabama takes advantage of that. As long as Alabama doesn't get crushed in terms of the turnover battle, I think the Crimson Tide walk away with a win and a cover. I'm going to lay the points with Alabama. Next up, we have Mississippi State and Auburn. This one is 7 p.m. Eastern on the SEC Network. 2 top 15 teams going at it. Should be another great game. Auburn, number 1 in the country in the AP polls, in the KenPom ratings, number 1 in adjusted offensive efficiency. But I do think that their defense, maybe not as elite as we've seen in recent years under Bruce Pearl. Still a very good team and a very good defense, but I think that Mississippi State is catching too many points in this one. We already saw Mississippi State be able to compete in a high-scoring game in their last one with Kentucky. That was a 95-90 final score. And while, Chris Jans definitely expects a lot more from his defense going forward, it just goes to show that the Bulldogs, in prior years, a game like that would be completely out of their comfort zone. They basically have no chance. I mean, you look the last couple of seasons, this team just could not shoot the basketball very well, and they were defense first and second. But this year, their offense is right now top 20 in adjusted offensive efficiency. They take care of the basketball. They're a good offensive rebounding team. They're a top 40 2-point field goal percentage team. So I just think this is going to be a competitive game, one that's going to be decided by a couple of buckets, but not by this many as you see in the spread. And we've already seen also Mississippi State's yet to lose a true road game this year. They played in 3 of them against top 50 or so teams in KenPom, and SMU, Vanderbilt, and Memphis, all 3 outright wins. So they're playing well away from home. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs plus the points in this one. Next up, we have Louisville and Syracuse. This one's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern on the ACC Network. We're really starting to see Louisville and its full potential. We saw at the beginning of the year it was one of the best shot quality teams in college basketball, but they were losing those step-up games against teams like Tennessee, Oklahoma, Duke, and Ole Miss. Here they are now, though, on a 6-game win streak, and a lot of those wins were conference wins and against solid teams. They won against North Carolina by 13 points at home, took down Clemson by double digits as well, and they're coming off the win over Pittsburgh at Pitt by 4 points, 82-78. Louisville's in great form. They're playing their best ball of the season, and I still think they're underpriced in this one on the road. Yes, Syracuse is on a 2-game win streak, but those were wins over the 2 of the weaker teams in this conference. I think Louisville's a much better team in this matchup. Fundamentally, from a shot quality perspective, talent-wise, I think the Cardinals have it all, and I think they win this game by double digits. So give me Louisville in this one. Next up, we have Georgetown and St. John's. This one's going to be 7:30 Eastern on Peacock. Now, we faded Georgetown their last game against UConn on Saturday. UConn won that game, even not having Liam McNeely again for that one. They won that one by 8 points, 68-60. And I just don't love Georgetown in this spot either. I think this is a bad matchup for them. I mentioned I do think that Georgetown is one of the weaker backcourts in the Big East, and that's tough to have on the road against St. John's, a really aggressive defense that Rick Pitino implements. They're 6th best in the country in adjusted defensive efficiency, top 30 in turnover percentage defensively. So I look for, and obviously they have a great home court advantage. So the best thing you can do to get your crowd into a game is force a turnover, lead into a fast break dunk or layup. And I think we see a lot of that for St. John's in this game. They're not the best shooting team. They're ranked 180th in effective field goal percentage, one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the conference, but their defense is so strong and it matches up so well in this game that I think they run away with this one. Also, St. John's is a great rebounding team. That's important against Georgetown. Georgetown is one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the conference, but I think St. John's going to be able to limit the damage that the Hoyas usually have on the offensive side. So give me St. John's, and this one, I'm going to lay the points. And the final game we're to talk about for the Tuesday card in college basketball, it's in the Big Ten. It's Ohio State and Wisconsin. This one is 9 p.m. Eastern, also on Peacock. Now, Wisconsin is now ranked in the AP polls, I think deservingly so. They're on a 5-game win streak. They're 3-2 now in conference play after the disappointing 0-2 start, but those were losses to Michigan and Illinois, both by single digits, so really not bad losses at all. And I think that they win this game as well and cover the number. You know, Ohio State has not played well in true road games this season. Double-digit loss against Texas A&M, double-digit blowout loss to Maryland in their first conference game. They barely took down Minnesota. They were nowhere close to covering the spread in a double overtime 1-point victory. So for really, I don't have a lot of faith in the Buckeyes on the road right now. I think Wisconsin's the much better team playing at home with a strong home court advantage. Give me the Badgers in this one. I'm going to lay the points. And that's it. Those are the games for Tuesday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and put those college hoops picks in the comment section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium, and there is a link in the description. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.